So when I think of BMW, I think of fast saloon cars, I think of estate cars, I think of bikes, but I don't really think of wind energy. But apparently, they are conducting some revolutionary trials here in the UK. BMW have been in the news a lot recently when it comes to some of their innovations in the car, but this is a renewable energy thing they're trying to do here. So let's have a look at what's happened here. So full article on the motoringchronicle.com as always, guys. BMW Group today announced the installation of the UK's first motionless wind energy system as the Mini manufacturing plant, at the Mini manufacturing plant in Oxford. Obviously, Mini are now owned by BMW. Yes, that classic British quintessential car is technically German, although it's built in the UK and manufactured in the UK, so it's kind of British. It's as British as we can get for a car manufacturer these days, I'm afraid. Utilising Aeromine Technology's innovative low-impact technology, the system harnesses wind power to produce clean energy without visible moving parts. BMW Group Oxford plant will serve as the test bed for this cutting-edge technology, accessing its potential to enhance energy efficiency across BMW Group sites around the world, as well as commercial buildings here in the UK. This new innovative energy project is part of the BMW Startup Garage, a business unit dedicated to supporting early-stage startups working on cutting-edge technologies. It focuses on testing a functional product, at least in the form of a prototype, during a pilot project and commissioning the startup as a supplier for an early stage. Rather than acting as an investor through venture capital, the BMW Startup Garage is taking on the role of a customer, a venture client. Aeromine Technologies has designed the wind energy unit, which is installed on the edge of the building, orientated towards prevailing wind. The unit features wing-like vertical aerofoils that create a vacuum effect, drawing air behind the internal propeller to generate clean electricity. Unlike traditional wind turbines, Aeromine's bladeless design minimizes noise and vibrations, ensuring no disturbance to building or the surrounding environment, with minimal impact on avian wildlife. Additionally, the unit is constructed from highly durable, recyclable materials to help support BMW Group's commitment to put sustainability at the center of its strategic direction. And I will probably, well, it'll be in the thumbnail, but I might put a picture of the actual unit on the actual. I mean, I must admit, looking at it, it doesn't look like anything special at all, but that is the point at the end of the day. You know, I mean, it kind of just looks like it could be anything on the roof. It doesn't look like a wind turbine. And you know, I'm someone who, I think in the UK, well, a few years ago, if you asked me if the UK should really invest in wind, I'd say yes. I think nuclear, personally, is the most important thing to invest in long term. I think France has done an excellent job with that over the years, and we're not likely to get any kind of meltdown because we have a very temperate climate here in the UK. Despite that, though, I think it's also important to, you know, invest in other renewables as well, solar, tidal, and wind. But the problem with wind is I don't know too much about tidal, you know, like dams, things like that, you know, that seems okay to me. Again, there are some environmental impacts of that, but wind I thought was actually, you know, a really good one, a real force for change. But unfortunately, you know, when it hinted it in the article as well, it does kill a lot of birds, and it is an eyesore. I don't mind it so much looking out to the sea, I don't mind it so much there, but when it's on like hills and stuff like that, it's a bit like, it shouldn't look like that. You know, we should have trees and stuff. I know trees aren't as tall as a wind turbine, you know what I mean. It's an eyesore. It doesn't look right because it shouldn't be there, and for the energy it actually produces, it's pretty minimal. But when it comes to that, I like that. If it works, I mean, it's made of recycled material, it's not going to mess the wildlife up, it's not an eyesore, you barely even notice it there, and it's something that can be used in urban environments. You know, you can't put a massive wind turbine next to Big Ben down in London, can you? Why would you do that? It's just dumb. But yeah, those are my kind of thoughts on it, guys. I think if it works as well as what they're saying it is, I'd like to see it rolled out across the UK. I think it'd be brilliant. How much energy it actually produces, though, that's the other thing. How much energy does it produce? Because they conveniently step over that. It's all well and good not having a negative impact, but how much of a positive impact does it have on the plant? How much percentage of the plant's energy is produced through wind? That's the question you really need to be asking. But those are my thoughts, guys. Let us know yours in the comments below, and of course keep it tuned here to the Motoring Chronicle for much more motoring and renewable energy sources as well. Plenty of videos on EVs as well, so check that out if you haven't already.